Hey there. So it's become fashionable to bash college degrees and college education in this day and age, and to bash even MBAs and basically hold all education as being more or less useless. But if you're launching a product side hustle and you actually want to turn it into a business, should you still not do an MBA, or should you do an MBA? Would an MBA be basically useless to you, or would it be helpful? So I'm actually gonna address this really important question. Uh, and my perspective on this has actually changed over the years because I think when I went into business, coming from a tech background, being, as I have mentioned somewhere else, being really product focused. I was a very product focused guy, coming from being in software development basically. And the last thing on my mind would have been like MBAs. Like I've been like MBA, dude. Yeah, yeah, I think there's this Silicon Valley culture that's kind of spread pretty much all across the world, where especially in tech circles they kind of idolize people like Steve Jobs, basically people that drop out, that also didn't do an MBA, and probably would be quick to fire MBAs and be like, I don't want no MBAs on my team, that kind of thing. Um, and so I think I kind of started out in that mindset. He's like, well, these MBAs are not really useful. That's what all the tech people say anyway, man. Like we don't need these MBAs. But what I discovered over the years was that I struggled with my side hustles, with my building my products. Well, not building, I could build the products, but I just couldn't get any people to use the products. And so I realized after a while that I needed to learn marketing. Hey man, I needed to learn marketing. And that's how I really became a marketer. Because after I learned that hard lesson, I was like, whoa, okay, I gotta learn this marketing stuff. I guess I gotta learn this marketing stuff. And so I eventually went all in on marketing. I quit doing software development, and I went all in on marketing, and I became a marketer. And in marketing land, uh, they really don't like programming and tech all that much. It's kind of the opposite culture. It's like, whoa, you don't need all that tech stuff. Forget that. If you ever need, an app or some kind, you can just buy a landing page from these theme guys from WordPress and all this. It's kind of the opposite culture, and in a sense, that's good because you get to see both worlds. Um, and so, actually, over the years, because of all this marketing work that I've now done, like I've worked with people selling different kinds of products, whether they were e-commerce products or info products, or people that their main product was a software as a service or some kind of tech platform or an app, and contributing in different areas of their marketing and promotions and different things like that. And so my experience really got me to see, one, the importance of marketing. Obviously, that a product, even a great product, is not gonna market itself. Like the iPhone, even if Steve Jobs had created the perfect phone, which some people think he did, by the way, but that iPhone was never gonna move itself without marketing. So Steve Jobs still needed Apple's marketing department to really create a lot of buzz about the product and get it moving. So what that has highlighted to me is that in actual fact, a lot of the people that are interested in doing side hustles and doing products, in launching businesses that are selling products and turning them into successful brands, um, one of their core missing skills is actually marketing. Now you could say, well, why not just do like a simple marketing degree then? Uh, But the problem is, if you do a marketing degree, it's gonna take you about as much time as doing an MBA would take you. Like if you do like a master's degree in marketing, you might as well just do an MBA, because if you do an MBA, you're actually gonna learn marketing, but you're also gonna learn different other areas of business. Like you're gonna learn about strategy. Strategy is really, really important. And MBA programs spend quite a lot of time on strategy. Very important, very critical, and a lot of people don't have that. You probably are going to learn about product innovation as well, so that if they ever give you a big product like the iPhone to manage, as a manager, you can actually manage that. Um, a lot of marketers, even good marketers, don't have that kind of expertise. Like they might be able to manage the marketing side, but to actually manage and shepherd a product, they wouldn't be able to do it. So an MBA program would give you that kind of expertise. You're gonna learn essentials about like finance, and if you get lucky and you get into a really cool, not an elite MBA program, but a really practical MBA program, you might even learn a thing or two about sales. Sales is kind of frequently overlooked, even sadly in business schools. But sales is also really important. It's just that in a lot of like academic programs, they really don't teach that well. Um, Sales is really important. Something that as a marketer in my own work, I've had to learn about sales. So I know that that's probably not something you could learn in an academic environment nearly as much. But at least the marketing you can learn in an MBA. And considering that the average MBA program is like 1 year max, or 2 years, I would say that for the average person who doesn't have a lot of business experience, maybe you're coming from, maybe your work history so far has been like you were a physical therapist or something like that, or you were an electrical engineer. You've been working on electric systems for jet engines, or for cars or something else. Like you have zero business experience. This is where an MBA program would actually be very, very helpful to you. Like so yeah, my response based on everything I've learned is that an MBA program would be very helpful to pretty much anybody trying to do a business side, a side hustle as a business, and turn it into something substantial. Now they might not want to, because like I said, nowadays it's become fashionable to bash academic education and to think you don't need education. But based on what I have seen, it's actually very, very helpful. Like I think that for sure, if I had had the luck of having had that path of like doing all this kind of education, doing an MBA, it would have speeded up my own path as a business person, because I was just a tech guy. That's literally what I knew was just tech. So I didn't have the business expertise, and that definitely caused me a lot of growing pains, because I just didn't know why I couldn't make my side hustles work the way that I wanted them to work. Now it's true that an MBA does take a lot of time, and a year or 2 years is a lot of time. So I would recommend it obviously if you are committed. Now, if you don't want to waste that kind of time, of course you can take some courses online, but that's also where the delta or the variance in the results that people are gonna get is gonna go, because some people are gonna be able to do a side hustle and get it successful in the next 24 months from taking 2 3 courses online. Some other people are gonna go 10 12 years and never put a successful side hustle together, even after taking 5 courses online. uh, some people are never gonna make it work. Some people are gonna make it work after six years. So that's where there's this big delta, because the level and quality of education available online, buying different courses and piecing different coursework together is just so up in the air. And I speak this as somebody that's taken a lot of online business courses. Like I've bought courses from Jordan Belfort, Grant Cardone, uh, different kinds of guys, right? I've gotten courses from all kinds of people, and I've gotten some training that really helped me, and I've signed up for some other trainings that didn't do much for me. And at the end of the day, you might spend a lot of time taking a bunch of different courses online, and because you actually don't know what you're missing, that's funnily enough a place where taking a very structured, standardized course in the form of an MBA. An MBA is gonna pretty much turn you into a hard charging businessman that can run any business into success. Now the sacrifice is a year or 2 years of your life. Knowing what I know now, that's precisely what I would have done at the start of my at the start of my business journey, because I literally spent years wondering, like, okay, why is this side hustle, why is this product business not working the way it's supposed to go? Like, I'm not able to make it work. And if I had simply just done an MBA, right, like I would have been a year put in. It feels like wasted time, but I would know exactly what to do. So that's my perspective. It's why I recommend doing an MBA. Obviously, a lot of people can't justify doing an MBA because of the cost and the time and just for their side hustle. But if you are really serious, you will do it, especially if you have the opportunity. Like if you are a student, you should aspire to do that. Go and do an MBA if you can. Like put that somewhere in your plans. If you are in a full-time job that will pay for you to go and do an MBA, and like an executive MBA, then take advantage of that opportunity. You will be so much more useful to your company, and down the line you'll be able to be so much more useful in the world of business. And if you are working a very busy schedule, you're a solopreneur, maybe you've started your little side hustle on the side, you're strapped for time, you can't do an MBA, then look out the courses out there, like the business courses by successful entrepreneurs, and find the very best substitute for an MBA. It might be something that costs $3,000, $5,000. Ideally, where you are meeting with a very experienced seven-figure or eight-figure entrepreneur every week, and they are training you and teaching you how business really works. Um, and that will probably really help you. But even in that case, you're gonna need to read a lot of books, because there's gonna be a lot of gaps in your knowledge. So an MBA is super useful for business, guys. There's almost nothing that can replace it, except maybe decades of business experience, and that's a sad thing. So if you want the shortcut, uh, sometimes you have to take the path with the sacrifice in order to get there quicker, and that means going in to study this stuff as a full-time student. But obviously it's not the only path. There are ways to get your education online, and get it from all kinds of courses online. The problem is, for the beginner, you really don't know how to filter for a good course. And if you knew how to filter for a good course, you'd be so advanced that you probably wouldn't need it anyway. You'd be so the people that can filter for a good course are the people that don't need the course, because they probably got an MBA anyway, or they've been in business for 15, 20 years, and so they know everything already. But because they made all the mistakes personally, and that's kind of like the painful way to learn, but it is a way. So if you need some other resources to help you on your journey, look up my free resources. The links will be in the description.